Welcome to Living Local with Frisbee Real Estate, where we connect neighbors, businesses, and stories because home is more than four walls. I'm your host, Ed Frisbee. Join me as we sit down with local business owners, community leaders, and neighbors to share what makes Western North Carolina such a wonderful place to live. Let's jump into today's conversation. Hey, it's Ed, and today I'm excited to have Tristan Patterson with us from Allora. And Tristan, thanks for taking the time to hang out with us and chit-chat some. So tell us real fast a little bit about yourself and what Allora is, and then I have plenty more questions loaded up.
Thanks, Ed. So Allora is the bed and breakfast that my wife and I just opened back in September here in Hendersonville.
Ooh,
It's just a little three-bedroom bed and breakfast. But it's brand new. We built it and serving up fresh hot breakfast every day to guests who come through Hendersonville.
I said ooh because September as in last month or September a year ago?
As in, well, I guess we moved in August of last year, and then we've opened up for business September last month.
Gotcha. I was afraid last year, like right at the hurricane.
Well, that's when we moved in. We got
Okay.
in there about a month before the hurricane.
Wow.
Which was exciting. We had like a little housewarming party 2 weeks before Helene, and then I saw the flood coming in. I go, oh man, am I going to get 1 month out of this house before
Wow.
it's going to get blown away? I was like, well, at least we got a housewarming out of it, if nothing else.
And no damage?
No damage at all, other than at some point when the water pressure was changing from the city, it got so high that it actually blew a pipe in the yard, which I had to dig out. But in terms of damage, that was it.
That's interesting. Well, that's good news for y'all. So, Allora, how'd you come up with that name?
So Allora, it's an Italian word that's sort of a filler word, sort of can mean so or whatever,
Oh,
variety of things, but it's oftentimes used at the beginning of a sentence or story. You go, Allora, and then transition to whatever you're saying.
Huh.
And kind of there are two parts why I like that as the name. One is partly inspired by a trip to Italy, where we did this pasta making class with a lady in Rome, and it was just her absolute favorite word. She's like, it's the most beautiful word. It's so much better than so or whatever in English. So I really like just the sound of the word.
Yeah.
But also, it's kind of the beginning of a story. And part of the story I like to tell about Allora is I want it to be the beginning of people's story when they come to visit the area. So it's not the story of whatever you're going to do in Hendersonville or the surrounding area, but it's a great starting point where you kind of feel like you're part of the place and then go off and do whatever, whether it's apple picking or, different local activities.
that is a great name and a great way to say that. So, and you also said pasta. Does that mean you make your own homemade pasta
I do make my own homemade pasta.
for a guest?
If a guest asks, I would be happy to.
Okay.
So we mostly serve breakfast. I mean, I guess you could have breakfast pasta, but no, I love making homemade pasta, but more into baked goods, things like homemade croissants, various breads, and things of that nature. Is I think
So
where
you are the
passion lies.
person that makes that for the bed and breakfast.
Yes, I am the chief baker.
Wow. And what time does that start?
I guess it depends on the particular meal. Sometimes it starts the night before, or usually starts a little bit the night before, doing whatever prep work there is. But we usually serve breakfast around 9 a.m., so I'm up sometime between 6 and 7 getting things started.
That's not too bad.
No, it's not too bad. I mean, part of the reason why I love baking, but I'd never want to be a professional baker, because if you're doing that, you're getting up, 3 a.m., 4 a.m., and making 200 of the same thing.
Yeah.
Bed and breakfast, 6 a.m. is totally reasonable wake up time, right?
Yep. So tell us a little bit. Are you from Hendersonville?
I'm originally from Raleigh.
Okay. And so how long have you been in Hendersonville?
So I've been here in Hendersonville with my wife about 4 years now.
And what made you choose Hendersonville?
So at the time, well, my wife and I, we met living just south of Los Angeles, and we were both ready to move, or we had just met actually, no, sorry, let me take that back. We hadn't met yet, but I was ready to move somewhere else. I enjoyed my time there, but I wanted to be somewhere else.
Huh.
And this was kind of towards the middle or tail end of COVID times. And a buddy and we built out a van to go across the country to just, we got to get out of here and do something else. And in the back of my mind, I was thinking that I want to start a bed and breakfast somewhere, but I don't really know where.
Wow.
And so we kind of drove the van across the country, going to different places for, I think it was 30 or 40 days, popping into big cities, little towns all over the map, and came through here. And I'd been through Asheville,
Right.
Many times growing up in North Carolina, but I'd never really been to Hendersonville, and found that there was a small bed and breakfast that was for sale I guess it would be over near Patton Park. It's not a bed and breakfast anymore, but I went to look at it and go, this is kind of beat up. It's not really what I'm looking for.
Right.
But we're wandering around and go, I really love this town. I don't know. At this point, I'd been to, dozens of other towns across the
Right.
country. I'm just like, a lot of them were kind of run down and not interesting. And other ones were revitalized in a way that, to me, kind of lost some of the character and were generic in a sense.
Right.
But something about Hendersonville, I was like, I love this place. It's just like, it's exactly what it is. It's not trying too hard, but it's just great as it is.
Yeah.
And I happened to discover there was a piece of property for sale right near Main Street. That's where Allora is now. And I go, you know what? I'll put in an offer on this. If they accept it, I'm building a bed and breakfast.
That's awesome. And I agree with you. Hendersonville is a great town, and gosh, it gets lots of good publications and lots of kudos to the management, to the leadership through the years. Yeah, I agree. It's done well and it's managed well. And obviously our tourists like it too. But so that's funny. You mentioned that property. I know some people that live across the street from there, and they were really worried what might be built. And I think they're all extremely happy with you as their neighbor.
Well, they gave the most welcoming, or part of what has made the experience great is how welcoming they've been.
Yeah.
Is that when we got started, it was just a blank piece of land.
Yeah.
And everybody who's over there they can just look down and see what was going on.
Yeah.
And they watched me and my buddy building the house, and they would always stop by, and they were so curious and interested in the best way.
Yeah.
Like it made the whole process so much more fun and inviting.
So tell everybody real fast what you mentioned earlier, but how was it built?
So one of my friends from California, the one who I did the van road trip with,
Right.
he and his girlfriend, they make jewelry professionally, and they were actually living out of a van after our trip because he really enjoyed that, and they wanted to kind of take their show on the road.
Wow.
And so they were doing this for a few months, and one of my best friends, so we talked regularly. Somebody's like, man, I think we kind of want to take a little bit of a break from the van, just settle down for a little bit. Like, we want to keep doing the van thing, but we want to settle down for a little bit. I go, well, could I convince you to come help me build a house?
That is wild.
I was like, I want to do this bed and breakfast thing. I was like, but I just need one other person who's like 100% in on this. We'll show up every day. I'll pay you whatever amount seems fair to do this, and we'll make this happen. And he said, I'm in, let's do it.
Wow.
So he and his girlfriend, they moved here and lived here for a year to help me build it. And then also my brother, older brother, who I used to live with in California, who's now living back in Raleigh, he would fly out for several weeks at a time and help me build it. So we did everything from the foundation, the framing, plumbing, electrical,
That is
the
wild.
whole deal.
And no one has experience in any of that?
My friend Nathan, the one who
Okay.
helped me build it, he had, in his teenage years, helped pump concrete, basically. So that was the extent of any of our
Right.
experience.
Wow, that's impressive. Did you catalog it with photos or videos?
Not a single, or maybe there are a handful of
Right.
photos. I think the people at the condo,
Yeah, okay.
Carol over there, she actually would take photos of us all the time. So I think she probably did a better job of cataloging what happened than any of us.
That's funny.
We had the idea of that at one point, but very quickly I go, I'm pretty overwhelmed by the whole
Yeah.
building the house part. I don't think I can catalog this at the same time.
So can you describe the house to us? Like, is it a normal looking house, or is it separated at all, or how does it?
Yeah, so we
What's
kind
the
of have
layout?
we've got a layout where, so my wife and I and our 8-month-old daughter, we have kind of a wing at the bottom. So it's kind of the bottom offset to the one side. So we kind of have two small rooms there for her, and then we have our separate small little living room. And that kind of opens up into the main area on the ground floor. We got a big kitchen, dining area, living, screen porch, and everything. And then you go upstairs, and upstairs there's 3 guest rooms for the actual bed and breakfast part.
And that's where, so they share the kitchen and open living room with you.
Yeah.
And their guests are there.
Yep, exactly. And
Interesting.
so I think people in general have been maybe hesitant to use those spaces. I really wish they would make themselves as at home as possible. I think people have been more inclined to use like the dining area or the outdoor spaces.
Gotcha.
But the idea is for it to be a very welcoming communal situation.
Right.
Is at least to me, part of the appeal is I used to, nowadays Airbnbs are a lot of people just renting their whole house, which is fine. I understand the appeal of that. But I remember back like 10 years ago, I would use it where I would just literally rent a room in somebody's place. And I actually loved it that way because I would show up somewhere where I'm unfamiliar with the place, and it's almost like you get this instant friend, this person who welcomes you. You feel like you're part of the community. They tell you, oh, you got to go to this place, or oh, I'm headed to this later.
Right.
Where you suddenly you're immediately immersed in a way that I think was really wonderful. And so that's sort of what we want to bring.
Yeah.
That you're not just showing up and you get a nice room and breakfast. It's sort of, well, we're welcoming you. You're part of Hendersonville at this time.
That's awesome. So upstairs, does each room have its own bathroom?
Yeah, so each room's got its own bathroom, two of them have bathtubs as well as showers.
Huh.
I would say the rooms up there are bigger and nicer than the rooms we have in our section.
And just in case people are already wondering, how do they see pictures, make a booking, contact you? What's the best way?
Yeah, so the easiest is if you can find us on Google Maps or just, it's Allora HVL.
And how do you spell that?
That's
for people that can't see us.
Yeah, it's ALLORA. But yeah, Allora
HVL.
HVL.
Gotcha.
.com. So we have all our information there. You can book through the website. We prefer if you want to book, you book through the website, but you can also find us on like hotels.com, booking.com, any of those major things.
And so you've only been open officially for a month-ish.
Yeah, only for a month.
And how's it been going so far?
It's actually been great. We're fully booked this weekend. We've been fully booked last weekend, fully booked next weekend too. Obviously this is a popular time of year for people to come here, but it's really been great in that I put the website up, not knowing what the reaction was going to be. There's part of me that's like a little nervous going, okay, well, we built this thing.
Heck yeah.
I hope people are actually going to want this and show up. We've actually had more people just find us through the website or for Google and book through there than any of the other avenues, which has really just been exciting to me that they've seen it and immediately honestly took the plunge, because at first there's 0 reviews. I would be nervous. Like, is this place, there's no reviews, I don't know what to think of it.
Yep.
I mean, now we have several reviews because we have been open for a month,
right.
but it's been really wonderful.
So what's your favorite thing to prepare in the mornings for people?
So in truth, my favorite thing to make are croissants. I actually haven't made them for guests yet.
And how did you learn to make croissants? I guess it's not the Pillsbury you open.
It is not the Pillsbury. Okay. No, the croissants are a fun one to me. You have it's a laminated dough, so you actually are folding butter into it. Oh. And you kind of fold it over itself multiple times throughout the course of several hours. Oh. That's how it kind of creates the very flaky texture that you get out of them.
Did you bring any today?
I did not bring any today, unfortunately. I'm making a bunch this weekend because we're actually doing a little grand open house thing.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm guessing by the time this airs, the opening house will have already passed.
Yes.
But I'm making a ton of croissants for that.
Very nice. So where do you get coffee? And do you do anything special, like local stuff for that?
Yes, we got coffee from 2 different places. We get it from Cherwell over in Flat Rock.
Yep.
We've known Zach and Candace for quite a while, and we love them.
Yep.
And then also a place down in South Carolina called Due South. Huh. It's kind of the north end of Greenville, but they've been great. They have these little coffee steep bags. So it's almost like a tea bag type thing, but it's for coffee. And so we put those in the rooms. Oh. It's just kind of a nice, cool little local offering for the coffee.
I know Zach and Candace, I think they're the first ones that showed us the pour over stuff.
Oh, yeah,
It's a little extra effort for me, but I stick with my K-Cups. But
oh, yeah, for sure.
It is tasty and a nice, strong coffee.
And then we also went down this rabbit hole. We bought this old La Marzocco espresso machine.
What's it called?
A La Marzocco. Oh. If you ever go to a coffee shop, it's, the big, huge thing they see there. This like old one that's like over 20 years old. I mean, it is really, it's super powerful, but it's bare bones. You press the button and it starts pulling the espresso. You press the button again and it stops. Oh, wow. There's no fancy volume things or anything like that. So we also do a bunch of like cappuccinos and lattes and things like that.
Is that only in the mornings?
That we actually offer any time of the day. Wow. We're always excited to do that because it's fun.
What about for walk-ins?
Oh yeah, exactly. I just pop in. If you know me, you're happy to knock on the door and just swing by.
Does your license cover that little coffee drop in?
I wish it did.
All right, so you go out, since you've been in Hendersonville 4 years, something we like to ask our guests, not to put you in a corner, but maybe pick your top 3 restaurants you like to go to.
Okay.
or maybe that you'd recommend to your guest. That
Yeah.
might be easier.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's the same. I'm
Okay.
not sure. I mean, one of the top ones for us is definitely Shine. We always love strolling over there. We now have an 8-month-old daughter, but prior to having the daughter, it used to be not uncommon in an evening actually already finished eating our dinner and deciding to just wander over to Shine to just get
Wow.
their baguette
Yep.
and a drink.
Yep.
And the food there is excellent as
Yep.
well, of course.
Yep.
So definitely Shine stands out. Recently we went to Hearth and Heron over on 7th Avenue.
Oh, I've heard good things.
And we really enjoyed that. That was really great. So that would definitely be up there.
Is that the standalone building?
Yeah, it's kind of the one that used to be, I think, an Amish market of
Yes.
some
Yep,
kind.
yep, yep. Okay.
So what they've done on the inside is really, really nice.
I've heard great things about it. I've totally forgotten until you said that.
And then third one, man, restaurant specifically.
Well, it could be a coffee shop or.
Well, let me just throw in there. I guess they have food now, which I haven't tried yet, but we love going to Trailside. Like we used to live over on 5th Avenue when they first opened up, and so we'd walk there from 5th, and we discovered that where the bed and breakfast, we were about a 15-minute walk away, and where the bed and breakfast is now, it's also a 15-minute walk away.
Ah.
So like, okay, well, at least we're no farther away from Trailside. So we love going over there.
So you say Trailside, but I think officially it's called Acoustic Cafe, right?
Well,
Or-
Acoustic Cafe is great, but Trailside, the brewery right beside it. Yeah.
Got it.
So
So
I
they
think
have food in there too then?
they just opened, I think, a Trailside table.
I didn't know that.
Which I haven't tried it yet.
Okay.
But we used to always go, we would plan our trips around whatever food trucks they would have. So
Yes.
we'd always, now I got to change my third one. I got to
See?
change it
You
because
said food trucks.
I know, because I said food trucks, and I was going to say we always like to plan it around Indian Aroma's food truck. But we love the Indian Aroma restaurant as well.
The one on Main.
The one on Main
Yep.
Street.
I've heard great things about it.
That we really enjoy that. The buffet is great. I mean, when they had the Helene thing, they had the buffet open. It was like $10 for the lunch buffet for
Yep.
everybody, and it was really great. I remember, they opened maybe 3 years ago.
It's not been long.
Not
Yeah.
that long, but literally about 2 weeks before we found out that they were opening, I was driving, I think, to the grocery store with my wife, Victoria, and she goes, "There is one thing that you wish Hendersonville had that it doesn't have right now. What would it be?" It's like, Indian food.
Huh.
I wish we had Indian food.
Huh.
And then I walk in the door 2 weeks later, I go, "You're not going to believe this. They're opening an Indian spot on Main Street."
That's awesome. That's where, is it Enzo's was?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, across from Mass General for those wondering. My daughter loves it, so I can't say I'm the biggest Indian food fan. But what about barbecue? You didn't say barbecue. You got to pick a barbecue place. You're from the South.
I know. Well, if I had to pick a barbecue place, for me, it's 12 Bones.
Oh,
So we kind of,
they've been around a long time and they're delicious.
yeah, we make the trek up there.
Yeah.
Like I
We
think
say it's a
what's-
trek. What is it? 30 minutes?
I was gonna say it's not
maybe?
even. It's not even. It's
Yeah.
probably 20 minutes.
And that's up in Arden Fletcher, depending on what you consider, or South Asheville. I
Right. Yeah.
guess.
Whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
But
It's
yeah, I
just
think
up there.
for
Or the one downtown
barbecue
Asheville,
place,
yeah.
the sides are incredible.
Yes. Yep.
Smoked. What is it? The smoked potato salad.
Oh, I have
One
not
of my
had it in
favorites.
years, but there are some barbecue places that have some delicious sides. Actually, Moe's Barbecue has delicious
What's your go-to
sides.
barbecue place?
Moe's.
Moe's.
Yeah, I
Classic.
really enjoy when they have squash casserole or sweet potato casserole. That's kind of my draw. So,
Ooh.
yeah, I really like it. And on Main Street, I like Tipsy Taco. Honestly,
We haven't
It's
tried.
quick and it's good. So
We haven't tried the competing Mexican places.
Yeah.
But it's on my to-do list.
you should. And sitting outdoors is nice.
Yeah, the outdoor space there is
Yep.
really nice.
Well, Tristan, this has been awesome. So, A, you love Hendersonville, which is great. B, you built your business in Hendersonville, which is great. C, it sounds like you have a great business going for you, which is great. Hopefully get tons of extra traffic from this podcast and in the future SEO rankings. And for everybody, again, please tell them how they find you.
Oh yeah, so the easiest is our website, or just Google Maps. Look up Allora HVL,
Which
or
is ALLURAHVL. Oh, wait, did I spell-
ALLORA.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. See, ALLORAHVL.com. Right?
.com. We also have an Instagram, Allora HVL.
I should follow you on that.
We don't really post much there. I think I've got about 5 posts, so it would be the most boring Instagram follow you can
Maybe I
find.
won't follow you then. It won't do anything for me. So for anybody, so how old are you? Age, ballpark range?
I'm 39.
Awesome. So you're not the typical demographic that's moved to Hendersonville in the past.
No.
But I feel like there's more younger people moving here. Is that an area. So you like it,
Yeah.
obviously, and you didn't retire here.
I did not retire here.
You know where I'm going.
Actively doing things.
Yep, that's awesome. I think that's great for our community because typically in the past we see a lot of people retire to Hendersonville, but this is great to see younger people move into the area to start a business and see the opportunities.
And I think it's great from the perspective of it's, to me, in our age demographic, one, if you want to raise a family, it is a great place to raise a family. That's undoubtedly so. But also it's so, as an adult, it can be hard to make new friends in a place, right? But here, it's actually been incredibly easy because everybody's just so welcoming and looking to make friends. A lot of the friends we have don't even necessarily have anything initially in common. It's not like, oh, we both do this activity.
Right.
It's sort of just, oh, okay, you seem like a cool person. I like you. Yeah, let's go hang out. You want to come grab dinner, do whatever?
That's awesome.
So it's really been very easy to meet people here, which has really been nice.
That's awesome. So one of the things we haven't said is the bed and breakfast Allora is two blocks off Main Street, which is a big draw. So for people wanting to visit Hendersonville, that's a great location. You won't find a hotel with that proximity to downtown. You might find some Airbnb options, but bed and breakfast, slim to none, and definitely check them out. ALLORAHVL.com.
Exactly.
Tristan Patterson, but you wouldn't find him there. It would be ALLORHVL.com. Awesome. Thank you, Tristan, very much for taking time.
Oh, thanks so much.
And we'll have to have another one, and we'll talk about croissants or something. So
the baking edition.
yeah, that'd be awesome. Do you do chocolate chip cookies?
I actually am making a bunch of chocolate chip cookies
That's my
today,
favorite.
So
we
I
could
should have
discuss
brought you some.
croissants and chocolate chip cookies. That'd be great. Yeah, that's a super idea. The baking edition, but not in the kitchen. It has to be right here.
Yeah, exactly. Just
All right.
lay out the ingredients.
Awesome. Thank you, Tristan, very much.
Again, thanks for having
Appreciate
me.
your time. Absolutely. Have a super day. Thanks for joining us on Living Local with Frisbee Real Estate. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to follow the podcast and share it with a friend. To learn more about Frisbee Real Estate, your lifelong home resource, visit frisbeerealestate.com. Until next time, keep living local.